Tonight, the manhunt for the gunman who murdered the CEO of UnitedHealthcare is widening. A source familiar with the investigation says NYPD detectives are in Atlanta along with U.S. Marshals. They're trying to track down a person of interest who police believe left the city on a bus. Derick is in Central Park, where NYPD divers spent a second day looking for the murder weapon.
And Jessica, that gun is so critical to this investigation because with it, police can find out things like where it was purchased and who owns it. It's also worth noting that this lack of concrete physical evidence is one of the reasons the NYPD continues to refer to this person that we've all seen in those photos only as a person of interest.
The search now expanding to Greyhound bus stations between New York and Atlanta, police sources say, as investigators try to determine where that man boarded the bus that brought him to New York. The newest pictures from the NYPD showing that person of interest with his mask on in the back of a taxi. But the most consequential photos yet came when he briefly lowered his mask, police say, to flirt with an employee at the Upper West Side hostel where he had been staying.
The event was obviously well planned out, but everyone makes mistakes. And I think his mistake was probably putting his mask down so that the whole world can see who he is.
Retired cop Tom Walsh happened to be walking through Central Park Sunday while an NYPD dive team was back in the lake trying for a second day to find the murder weapon with no luck. The scene just steps away from where investigators found a backpack on Friday they believe belonged to that man. In the bag, a jacket that was not worn during the shooting. Sources familiar with the investigation tell CBS News, along with fake Monopoly money, but no gun.
They found the backpack here in Central Park, so it would only make sense that that's a good dumping ground for a gun.
The FBI put out this poster where they do refer to him as a suspect, promising a $50,000 reward. His last known sighting, the Port Authority bus terminal in Washington Heights, seen walking in just 45 minutes after the murder of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson outside a Midtown hotel Wednesday. Police say video shows him entering the George Washington Bridge terminal, but never leaving.
And that's why police think he's no longer in the city. Now, on Saturday, Mayor Adams sounded optimistic that an arrest would be made soon, saying that police have a name and that, quote, the net is tightening. I'm Derick, CBS News, New York.
Derick, thank you. And we will be staying on top of this story as the manhunt continues. For a closer look at the timeline of the investigation, go to cbsnewyork.com.